with being on disability for my third year this year, it's taken a bit of a toll on me. Anyone who doesn't want to come to my level and try and understand it with me, well, they can suck it. 2024 is going to be slightly different than 2023. Now in 2023, we set up very specific structured goals for ourselves. That video's over here somewheres. Now 2024 is going to be a little bit different. I've got an overarching goal for 2024 that is still going to be very specific, but is going to be in light of our general life and how 2023 ended. I think I need to be very thoughtful with the way 2024 is going to be, and that is going to be letting go and just going with the flow. And so 2024 is going to be dedicated to giving myself grace and going with the flow. Now, those two things are essentially the same thing, but I am going to be very intentional about it, very intentional in the way I am going to manage 2024. And we've already done that by delaying this video by almost 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry, because we're going with the flow. Last week I had 12 seizures, and yesterday I had a seizure, and you know what? January has just been a bit of a cluster disaster. It is not started the way we had hoped. We had hoped that my medication would kick in faster because of my test in December, and it just hasn't. And so we've already started 2024 with go with the flow year, and we are going to continue that journey as the year goes forward. With that being said, that does not change that we do have some specific goals in mind for the channel, for our lives, and we'll be sharing those with you as the year goes on. I'm not going to share those in this video because I really wanted to focus on this go with the flow mentality, and that of course we are going to hopefully get back to a weekly schedule or an every 2-week schedule. I don't know what it's going to be this year because we're going with the flow. We're going to do our best, and that's, you know what, all we can do. And I think it's one of those things that when it comes to New Year's resolutions, which quite frankly I've never really liked, we should be goal-oriented humans. I think we should be as goal-oriented as humanly possible, disabled or not. However, I don't think New Year's resolutions are the best way to go about doing that, and I speak to that last year. That speaks to the next piece of 2024. I am going to be a little bit more ruthless with the way I take criticism, and quite frankly, how I let other people speak to me. It's one of those things that I had a really hard time with last year. With being on disability for my third year this year, it's taken a bit of a toll on me, and quite honestly, kind of fed up being on disability, but I don't really have a choice. This is where I'm at in life, and this is where I'm going to be for the foreseeable future. Anyone who doesn't want to come to my level and try and understand it with me, well, they can suck it. That is where I'm going to be at this year. I think if people don't want to try and be respectful and try and understand where I'm coming from, and try and understand people with disabilities, and try and understand people with chronic illnesses, that's completely fine. Then I'm totally fine with you not being around as well. There's plenty of people that are ready and willing, and if you're not, I'm okay with it. I don't need you in my circle. And so it's one of those things that I've had a hard time getting to this realization and getting to this point in my journey. I've been here for, getting to this point, 7 years. We've been at this for a while, guys. You know, we've been on this journey for a long time, on YouTube for just over 2 years. We still have a lot of growing to do, a long journey ahead of us, still no official diagnosis. Hopefully one day, we'll talk about that this year. We'll talk about the journey that is my life and how we've gotten as far as we have and how we've gotten to today and to 2024. We've got a big milestone here this year. April is going to be a big month for me. I'm going to be turning a big 3-0 in April, and it's a big milestone for me. It also marks a lot of uncertainty in my future, and I think it speaks to this year, and it speaks to why me going with the flow is so important in 2024. And so here we go. Here goes to 2024. I hope you guys are joining the journey with me. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I hope you join in on the madness that is Slow Roll and the amazing year I hope 2024 will be. We've got lots of plans, lots of crazy stories to share with you, and there's so much 2024 we hope will bring, but we'll see what it will all bring, and we'll have to review at the end of 2024 what the year will have brought. If you are looking for very specific goals and looking for help on very specific goals, please check out last year's video on 2023, and we'll hopefully see you next week. Don't forget to slow your roll.